Now, if you're feeling the cold bite of the winter months, get over it. Spare a thought for the Australian Antarctic team. Not only do they have to contend with temperatures dipping to -20, but they're also living and working in darkness for several weeks.
Yeah, but there is light, literally.
Yeah.
At the end of the tunnel, with the midwinter signalling the return of longer daylight hours now. And the Winter Solstice celebrations among the Antarctic teams are legendary. And joining us to tell us all about it and about what's planned is KC station leader Andy Warton. Hello, Andy. How are you going there? You feeling a bit chilly?
Oh, yes, but it's a magnificent morning. It's only -10 and there's no wind. So this is as good as it gets during the winter.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Andy, so you are gearing up for this swim. Tell us about this swim that you have every year, a celebration of the Winter Solstice.
Yeah, look, in its simplest form, we cut a big hole in the ice that's about 1 metre thick. We do a whole lot of safety planning, and then those that want to can immerse themselves inside the ice hole and experience what it's like to be in water that is 1 millimetre away from freezing.
Oh my gosh. So give us an idea of what the temperature would be like in the water. We know outside the water it's -10. What's the water like? Water temperature like?
Yeah, look, under the water, you're looking at just a smidgen before freezing point. Obviously, it's salt water, so it is absolutely freezing. And some people will stay in for a second. We have a limit of 30 seconds just to make it safe, but I really doubt if anyone's going to make the 30 seconds.
I'm sure. Listen, you're talking to somebody who's just won't swim, not only in cold water, but won't swim in deep water as well. I'm presuming you'd be looking out for orcas, seals, that sort of thing as well?
Yeah, look, the weather here over the past couple of weeks, we've had the equivalent of Category 4 cyclones. We've been down to -35 degrees. On the back of that, a lot of the animals have left, pretty wisely, I'd say. So, yes, we're on the lookout, but it'll be a pretty rare occasion.
Now, there are, of course, other events that are involved apart from this midwinter swim, which, you know, all hats off to you, or beanies perhaps off to you for being able to do this. What else is involved in this celebration?
Yeah, well, we put together on this station a live rock band. So a couple of nights was the debut of the Frozen Bogans. That was a real success. And then tonight is the big one. So tonight is what every station looks forward to and celebrates right across this continent, and that's the midwinter dinner. It's a formal night. It's a 4-course dinner. We've studiously been making secret gifts for each other. It is literally like Christmas. And tonight we'll exchange those gifts. We'll think of those that went before us. We'll thank those that allow us to be here, and we'll celebrate this halfway mark.
So wonderful. We're also looking at pictures of the Southern Lights as well. Is that happening right now?
No, it's not now. Here on KC Station, we've had 2 or 3 occasions where we've had an aurora present. Some of the other stations get them more often, but I can tell you when they come out, it is a sight to be seen. It is... Words and photographs to a degree can't explain what it looks and feels like to see the aurora in the sky down here.
Now, these polar nights in the Antarctic, that's where the sun doesn't go above the horizon. I'm presuming that would actually affect your body clock as well. Am I right?
Yes, you are absolutely right. And the division is really good at catering for that. So we have vitamin D checks before we come down here. We have another set of tests, and then we have some vitamin D supplements that are all personalised. And then we're really big on keeping the routine as well. It's part of the broader wellbeing package and the broader wellbeing, focus that we have down here. Some people don't sleep properly. That's the cold hard facts. But hopefully, as the tide on the sun turns today, we'll all start to reset our body clocks and head towards, ironically, the end of the year when it's almost 24 hours of light.
Listen, so many of us would be lucky to just be able to go to the Antarctic at some point in our lives. But, we consider, well, it must be such a mystery, such a wonder to be there. Talk to us about the kind of work that you're doing there at KC Station. What do you do?
Yeah, look, the short version is science. I mean, preserving Antarctica and forwarding science for Australia and indeed for the world too. So the Million-Year Ice Core that you would have heard of is a huge project, and at the moment we're ramping up for that to take off again into the summer. Routinely, daily here, we're doing weather observations. We're looking after cameras that monitor seabirds. We're drilling the ice routinely to look at the thickness and a whole lot of other aspects that are relevant to science. And most importantly, we're a link in a chain that's gone for decades and decades. And keeping this station and the other stations functioning over the winter and getting them ready for the big activity in summer. That's our purpose. That's why you got 32 Australians and one Kiwi down here serving our countries.
Very inclusive with that one Kiwi. Andy, I want to go back to the frozen bogans, I think they're called. Do they take requests, or do they have a playlist that they play?
Yes, we narrowed it down to a playlist of 6. And absolutely, send your request in and we'll deliver, because that's what we do, Casey.
Lovely.
Nice one.
Well, Andy, enjoy the swim, enjoy the frozen bogans and the celebrations. We wish you all the best. Thanks for joining us.
Good on you. Thanks very much.
Good on you, mate.
Andy
Yeah, jumping in that
Warton.
water, forget it. By the way, the freezing temperature for salt water is even lower than that of fresh water, so it's freezing to say the least.
Oh.
Now, speaking of which, it is the shortest day of the year.